Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about scripting, and one of the most important scripting which we have in modern world is JavaScript. Now today, website is something which is become a backbone of digital world. Even in our daily life, we use these websites for our all purpose, whether we want to communicate with anybody, whether we want to play games or entertainment, or even for education. These websites have become very, very important. Previously what happened, websites used to be there, but those websites were not interactive in nature. Today's website, we need to have the interaction sessions with the user. So this interaction is possible only if we have script with us. JavaScript plays a very vital role. So we are going to have an introduction of JavaScript, and we'll talk about all the features, events, and what not it can do in the world of websites. So let us start. So as I said, that websites have become an important part of our world, but to work with script, we need to know about HTML, because the script is normally embedded in the HTML programs. So whatever program we are going to write for our web, we have to start with the HTML document, and inside that we are going to embed our JavaScript program. Now, JavaScript was developed by Netscape Communication Corporation long back. Today we don't have that. It is being used by totally Microsoft nowadays. So, what are the features or what are the things which we can get apart from what HTML can give to us in website? We can get through JavaScript. We can add scrolling or changing messages to the browser status line. So if you have a browser, a status line is there, if you want to change anything, suddenly by default whatever the static values are there, that we can get through HTML. But if you want to change it dynamically as per the user requirement, then this JavaScript is going to be very much helpful. Then validate the contents of a form and make calculation. This is very, very important. Validation is something where if you are filling up a form, and in that form, if certain data user is giving some data which is not acceptable. Today we know that when we are giving a password, by default they give a notation over there. That if you are giving a password, you have to use capital letters, small letters, special character, as well as numbers, so that the password can become very strong. But there are people who just give any random password over there. So over there what happens, the website should not accept, because security has become a major concern. So that acceptance which are to be done, that must be validated. So that validation is possible in JavaScript, where we can write a code for that particular text box and we can validate it. Now, if users are interacting, means users are giving message, or if he does any error, that particular thing can be given to the user in form of a message box. So if you are trying to suppose do any job in a particular website which is interactive in nature, or maybe suppose we take the fill up a form, or just now we talk about the passwords. So if you are filling up the password, and if you give a password which is not strong enough or not filling the criteria of the validation, immediately a message box should be displayed that your data which you are giving, it is not as per the required. So that messaging facility, which is also interactive of nature, is given by JavaScript. Moreover, today's website, we should have animation as well. The moving of images and other things are also with lot of help. So these things also can be created with the help of JavaScript. Moreover, if any content is there in a browser, if you want to change it, or you want to change the color, or any type you want to make it bold, that interactiveness, suddenly a certain thing you want to change, that also can be done through this JavaScript. Now when you are building a website, there are a lot of things which can be added in the website. There are certain controls controls which are there, sometimes the browser's interpreters cannot understand. So that interpretation it cannot understand, then you must add it through a plugin. It's an add-on program which will be installed in your browser, and near future if you are trying to see that website, then you can see that because the plugin is already added. I can give you an example. Like train is something which we all travel, and there is a very common website which we use is erail.in, where we can see all the trains from a source position to a destination position we can go. So if you get the source and destination in that particular website, you can see all the trains and the timings and everything, you can see it in the display. But suppose if you want to see whether the tickets are available on a particular date or not, it won't be able to display, because the database is with the government. So their government is already having an Indian Railway website which is little what is called not user friendly than erail. So what happens, in order to get the data from that government website, that particular website, what it has done, it has created a plugin. So it will give you a message, install the plugin in order to get the output. So if you click on that, then what will happen? You can see that particular thing can be visible. You can see the particular thing if you can have the internet connection, you can check it out. So you see over here, source of the destination, very user friendly. You don't have to, if you go for a government website, you have to write the station code and then the destination code, which normally people don't remember. But here you can just write the station and directly the station name will appear over here. So if I write here Sikandrabad, JavaScript. Let us see how exactly the code is to be written. So when you write an HTML code, how it starts? You have a HTML tag. The tags previously person should know if they want to know about JavaScript. So you must have a HTML tag. In that normally we have the two broad tags which we call as head tag, and then we have a body tag. In the head tag normally the scripts are written. And the scripts are going to be written with another tag inside the head tag we call as a script tag. So let us see exactly, that is what we have discussed over here. We can see one code over here. We have HTML over here as a broader tag. Inside it, sub-broad as head is there and body is there. So normally when we are writing a script, the script will be written inside the head. So we are writing normally inside the head. That is starting here, closing here, the script is written here. This is the major part where we are going to write our JavaScript program. Other scripts also we can write, but today's discussion is generally about JavaScript, so we are talking about JavaScript. So a script will have an option with it. The option is language. Which language you are going to use in that particular web program to incorporate the script. Since it is JavaScript, we have written in JavaScript. Had it been a VB you would have written a VB. And this JavaScript can be written in two ways. Either you can write script type equals to text as JavaScript, or you can write script language equals to JavaScript. These are the two ways. Any way people can follow. But most of my programs, which I am going to discuss in a particular session, will be written in this way. Now in this there are only one line. Since we start any programming language with hello world or welcome something, we have done the same thing and we have written here document.write and inside that we have given a message. Now to keep a note over here, you can see over here that inside the script we are incorporating a HTML tag also. The same like document.write inside it we have written in double quotes h1 and then close the h1 and then the message is coming in between the h1 and we know what is h1. H1 is heading 1, is the largest font possible for a particular title in JavaScript. So when we are giving it, we are trying to make a format for a particular line. If you don't give that H1, it will be a general statement. But if you want to make a format that it should be a title type heading, then we can give H1. And that should be given with the particular functionality document.write. Now what is this document.write? It is somewhat is coming from the Java itself. Because Java we have a command called system.out.println, which is used for the output. Here document is an object and it represents the total body of the web page. Total body of the web page. And in order to make or give an output on that body of the web page, we use a functionality called as write. So when we give write element, that particular text will be printed in the body of the web page. Fine. As you can see, if you execute this, so you have to write it in any notepad you can do. You can take any tools also. You can use VS Code also. Anywhere you can write this code, save it in the form, save it with .html, and then you can open that particular place, double click the file, the corresponding browser will open and will give the message in this form. So this is how a JavaScript program is. Thank you for this.